Hello everyone, welcome you all for this video. In this model, we are going to see a topic related to grade 8. This is a poem. Before I'm telling this a poem topic, you all know the picture shown here is what? Yes, that is feather. So it is the poem is related with the feather, and the topic is hope is a thing with feathers. So you can easily understand the meaning of a topic. What is the meaning? What is the exact meaning of the topic given? Hope. We all know hope. Hope is a thing with feathers, which means hope is like hope is like a feather. For example, feather is very important for a bird to fly high and high, right? To go for a summit, it helps the bird to fly in a height. Okay, same like that. Hope is very important to the human beings to uh, face the problems, face any situations, and overcome the problems. That is hope. It's like a feather, same like a bird, but here they are comparing the human being like a bird, which is like hope is a thing with feathers in the sense hope how the feather helps the bird, same like that hope is also like a feather which helps us to move forward. Yeah, so this poem is written by the poet you all know. She's Emily Elizabeth Dickinson. Let us know something about her. Emily Elizabeth Dickinson was an American poet, little known during her life. She has since been regarded as one of the most important figures in American poetry. Dickinson was born in Amherst, Massachusetts, into a prominent family with strong ties to its community. So, you all know that she's a great poet. She has written a lot. Let us learn something about the summary of the poem here. Hope is a thing with feathers is written by the poet Emily Dickinson is based on a metaphor. The idea of hope is metaphorically transformed into a free and courageous songbird that dwells in the human soul. So here they're comparing that hope is comparing to the small bird, it is living inside the human soul, living in the human soul. That is what the poet is trying to tell. It keeps singing no matter how difficult the circumstances are. This bird, as a silent companion, continues to preach the soul to stay steadfast and hopeful regardless of obstacles. So, this bird is like a feather to the human being, human soul, that always is telling us to have a hope with us, right? It like it helps us to face the problems, it overcomes obstacles. That's what its songs help the devastated souls to regain their senses. Dickinson also shows that hope is everlasting and undefeated. She compares human struggle with the storm. Hope serves as a beacon of light at the end of the storm. Essentially, the poem seeks to remind readers of the power of hope and how little is required it requires of the people. Sorry. The speaker makes it clear that human beings cling to hope in times of difficulty. Hope never asks for anything in return. Hope is a thing with feathers is number of one of a number of poems by Dickinson that breathes new life into an abstract concept by using vivid imagery and figurative language. So that's what the whole summary is all about. The hope is a thing which we should not lose. And here that the bird is it's metaphorically compared with the soul, right? Human soul. I mean, the feather is compared with that hope, right? That bird. It is living inside the human soul, which help us to overcome the obstacles in our life, in our bad situations. That's what she's trying to tell to us. Yeah. So let us breathe the poem lines. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings a tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be storm that could abase the little bird that kept so many warm. I have heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.